Hello, I'm Randy Swallow. Welcome to In Your Neighborhood. For the next half hour, we'll talk county issues, District G issues, and South Clark County issues with a distinguished panel of guests. Let's meet them. Elected in 2022, Mayor Joe Hardy represents the residents in Boulder City. Henderson Mayor Michelle Romero is in her first term in Henderson. And rounding out our roundtable is Clark County District G Commissioner Jim Gibson. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
We're here at Henderson City Hall on Water Street in the middle of Commission District G. District G is enormous, encompassing portions of Las Vegas Boulevard and extending south and east through some of the county's most mature neighborhoods. Many communities of Green Valley, Henderson, and all of Boulder City are part of this massive Commission District. Here's a quick look in your neighborhood, District G. District G is located primarily in the southeast portion of urban Clark County, spanning glitz and neon to well-established communities, all the way to the natural beauty of Lake Mead. District G begins in the resort corridor, including the southern stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard, including the fabulous Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Most of our visitors arrive to town at Harry Reid International Airport, and many recreate just a few jumbo jets away at the magnificent and massive Sunset Park, both located in District G. Some of the Valley's most well-utilized and beloved parks and community centers are here, including Paradise, Whitney, and Siegfried and Roy. Horseman's Park is a must-see destination for the equestrian crowd and their four-legged friends, while the stunning Wetlands Park provides an ecological and entertaining setting for nature lovers and thousands of species of plants and wildlife. Parts of Henderson and Green Valley, bucolic Boulder City, and Lake Mead round out the roster of new and old, urban and rural areas in this diverse Clark County Commission, District G. And thank you, Mayor Romero, for having us here at City Hall overlooking beautiful Water Street here. And I know you received the Malcolm Baldridge National Quality Award, maybe due in part to what is happening out here in Water Street and for the residents of Henderson. Tell me about it.
We did. It was an actual 15-year effort to achieve this award, and it's the highest award in the nation for organizational excellence, and it has to do with how we use data, how we strive for continuous improvement, how we have changed things to constantly improve processes and procedures. And so, yes, Water Street was part of that, but it was really every department in the city working toward the common goal of continuous improvement.
Tell me a little bit more about Water Street and how the revitalization has really taken hold here in Henderson.
Well, we call Water Street the 30-year overnight success because people, don't remember that it started out a long time ago with very little investment. And because of previous leaders that we've had, like Commissioner Gibson, they laid the groundwork for what you see today, which is a thriving, active community downtown that people like to go to. It has amenities for everyone. Families come down. We have great partnerships with the Golden Knights, with the America First Center. We have new projects coming on a regular basis. So there's restaurants, there's stores, there's activity for everyone, and it's turned into a great success for us.
Mayor Hardy, I know you received an award also in Boulder City, the Cashman Good Government Award. I believe that's the third time in 6 years you've won that, in part due to solar land leases, which keeps the power on, but also provides a lot of your city's revenue. Talk to me about that.
Randy, it's been a great boon to the city of Boulder City. We had land that we bought, and then we developed or allowed it to be developed by solar companies, for instance, as you point out. And when we leased the land, then that's a better thing to do for us because if you bought land from Boulder City, that takes a vote of the people if it's over an acre. So leasing the land gives us a permanent, as it were, income that pays for about 35% of our general fund.
Interesting. And while we're continuing with awards, Commissioner, I know you won the O'Callahan Public Sector Person of the Award given out here by Henderson due to your contributions to the city of Henderson, including, I'm sure, some of your 12 years here as mayor. But working with the city on many projects, I know affordable housing is something that is paramount. And you and Mayor Romero were recently at the Sunrise Ranch Apartments, a 144-unit complex for families and for kids aging out of foster care. Talk to me about the partnership and that project.
It's especially important. If you look at the finances of the project, $1 million came from the city of Las Vegas, $5 million from the city of Henderson, $13 million from the county, and we're all working together to do what we can do to provide opportunity for people to be housed. This project is unique in another way, in that there are about 60 units that have been set aside for young people that are aging out of foster care. And there are offices that are going to be built, and the family services from the Clark County will man and work out of those offices as we help these young people figure out what that transition is going to require of them and what they might face in the future. Very satisfying. Nevada Hand is a terrific developer. This will be a real success, and we think it'll be a model for things that we're going to be doing in the future. So we're very excited to see it work.
And Mayor Romero, in addition to the money, you donated the land. So, I mean, this is an excellent use of land, right?
We're very excited about this project. It just provides one more housing type for our residents to have available to them so that we stay on top of our housing issues.
I know both of the mayors are going to be participating in the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority's Regional Affordable Housing Forum recently. Mayor Hardy, what type of message do you want to deliver to that audience and to your constituents?
I actually think we need more. We need more homes, we need more apartments, we need more places to live. And Boulder City, for instance, has a slow growth ordinance where we limit how many places that we are going to build. And lo and behold, this next year and a half, we're probably going to have more homes built, including apartments, than we have in the last 10 years. So we recognize that we may be small, but our percentage, quite frankly, is going to be a significant percentage. One of the things that we're going to do, and we just passed this ordinance last night, is take a look at the improvement of a nursing home, a former nursing home, and turning some of those beds into apartments that people can lease by rent, as it were, instead of quote unquote a nursing home. So that will be an affordable way for some of our seniors to live and have a place to stay.
Well, we're talking about growth, Mayor Romero. I know what we see here on Water Street is amazing, but out in the communities, the Inspiradas, the Cadences, the areas around the Raiders and the Aces, practice facilities and things like that, you're just growing in leaps and bounds. It must be an exciting time.
It is. We have so many great projects happening, not just with housing, but with commercial and industrial as well, and we are really looking forward to all the new products that are coming online, everything from different types of housing to meet the needs of the varying members of our community, to advanced manufacturing facilities like you see with Haas, 2.4 million square feet that will come online here in a couple of years and eventually will employ 2,000 people. We have new recreational facilities like Chicken and Pickle. We have 2 field houses that are being planned, one on the west side and one on the east side of Henderson. So we have many, many things that are in the works or under construction, and we're really looking forward to it.
Speaking about pickleball, Commissioner, I know that's very much a passion of yours, and Sunset Park already has the largest outdoor pickleball facility, and you're making that place even better.
We've decided that after watching its use and measuring what the need is, that we need a few more courts. So we're adding 4 more courts, but we're also going to cover 8, including the new courts, to see if the cover structure that we researched and found might work, because obviously to the extent that you can extend the day, you take some of the pressure off of the limitation in terms of the number of courts. And we have tournaments all of the time over there, but the regulars that show up come in the morning and they stay as long as they can tolerate it, and then they're back in the evening. It's a very popular venue, and we're really excited about the opportunity now to see what covering the courts might do for us.
Pickleball, it's a really big deal, and I know it's even in Veterans Park. You're adding some pickleball facility in Boulder City, right, Mayor Hardy?
Yeah, we're going to grow up and we're going to be as good as Henderson someday. Maybe even as good as the county. What can I say?
Tell me a little bit more about the growth, future growth plans in Boulder City. And I know in an older or community such as yours, where growth is limited, you're trying to improve the infrastructure. And I know a project you're improving is the 12 kV electrical improvement in the downtown area.
And that's basically to allow more places to build and be able to have the electricity in order to do it. We came to a point where one of the, I'll call it old hotels on our business, they couldn't get enough electricity, and we're putting a 12 kV line. And that's where you're going to see some difficulty navigating that road for a little bit. But it's going to revitalize our downtown strip, I'll call it, and allow us to attract more people. And at the same time, we're going to provide more parking for our historic area.
Now, a lot of things we've talked about require a lot of jurisdictional collaboration. I know Mayor Romero and Commissioner, you sit on the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Mayor Hardy, you're on the Regional Transportation Commission and the Flood Control with representatives from both of these entities. But what about smaller issues? And something that just I noticed was e-bikes and e-scooters is something that all three jurisdictions are wrestling with right now. Now, I'm not putting you on the spot to say how you're going to do it, but is it important, Mayor Romero, for you to kind of have similar ordinances to Clark County or Boulder City, or in this instance, and not just for e-bikes, for animal control, for different things? Talk about that, please.
I think to the greatest extent possible, it makes sense for us to have either the same or very similar laws concerning those things that you've talked about and other things that we share in common. People don't know oftentimes when they've crossed jurisdictional lines. Criminals certainly don't, and so we need to make sure that there are equal justice, equal penalties, no matter which jurisdiction you're in. So it also helps with shopping. So you can't, pick an entity to go into to get better treatment than you would in another one. We need to be consistent all around.
Commissioner, what do you think?
That's our experience, and I think that what you'd find really is that over the last several years we've worked pretty hard to marry up the things that we're doing in Clark County with what the cities are doing. On the e-bikes, I mean, we have to be careful. The city of Henderson is known for its parks. We have these massive regional parks, and if we're not careful, they can be taken over by folks that are coming into the park on these motorized vehicles. But it's especially important on the roadway. I doubt that there are many drivers who haven't had an encounter with one of these electric scooters or bikes when they start doing wheelies on the road, or when they zoom off of the sidewalk and into the what might be a bus lane or the shoulder lane. That can really startle you, and I've had that happen to me. I think it's really important that we follow through and finish it. We're going to be doing that. We've got an ordinance that has been worked up. We'll be talking about it in our next meeting, and I think it'll be something that will reflect the input from other jurisdictions as well.
Mayor Hardy?
It's frightening when you're stopped at a stop sign and you get ready to go, and then zoom, you've got a kid in front of you. And so many of us, I think, have had that near experience that we would prefer never to happen. And it's a safety matter for the kid. And it's usually the kid, but I can say there are some big people that are part of that problem as well, where the ability to avoid and to be safe, sometimes not everybody has that attitude. So yeah, we need helmets, for instance. Little things can make a big difference. From the doctor's standpoint, we are in trouble, and I applaud the county for going ahead and doing what they're doing, and I suspect there's going to be a mirroring of what happens on all the jurisdictions, because it needs to be a similar kind of adherence to safety.
We're talking about Sports and Recreation Commissioner, not the Oakland Athletics, not the Sacramento Athletics, soon to be the Las Vegas Athletics. The land use permit has been issued. The Tropicana, of course, has been torn down. We've seen the renderings of the beautiful stadium. It's an iconic structure. Awfully excited for Major League Baseball in Clark County. Talk to me about it.
Well, it's going to be, I think, a real draw to the valley. Of course, the Las Vegas Boulevard and all of those hotels will be immediate beneficiaries of what happens. When we modeled the financing, we were very conservative. I think the estimate was 7 to 10 other events during the year, but I can tell you from my work at the Convention Authority that we have demand for 30,000 seat arenas today that will outstrip anything we imagined. And when you think about the other uses, we really will do on a different level, but we'll be doing the same kind of thing that happens at Allegiant Stadium. It isn't just the few home football games that come there, but it is an incredible array of talent that has been through that place, and millions of people have bought tickets and attended them. And that opens an opportunity for all of us. It isn't just the visitor, all of us. I mean, I'm frankly excited about Major League Baseball in Las Vegas. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to go to ball games there. And I have many, many friends who are similar, have a similar view. But we know that when the Yankees play, Yankee fans are going to say, I want to go to Vegas to watch the Yankees, or the same with the Cubs or the Dodgers or the Giants or wherever they come from. We really believe that it'll be a draw. And so when you take a look at what we modeled, which was 400,000 additional incremental room nights, we think that's really modest. We're imagining that it will be, I'm imagining that it will be several times that. And we think that it'll be a great boon to Las Vegas economy as well. I mean, there are 81 home games, and we'll be having 81 days when we have events kind of like what happens at Allegiant Stadium, right, during the football season. But then, of course, with the concerts and all, it'll be an exciting thing. And this is something that will benefit all of us. The Little League baseball teams from around the valley and all the cities and the county have all benefited in one degree or another from having the A's dial in on their needs. And this will be fun for kids and adults alike.
Yet locals always seem to bring up parking, traffic, and things like that. Yet we had T-Mobile, Allegiant, and this makes a perfect sense to kind of have a stadium district and keep everything compact in that area then.
So what we're working on now will, I think, make travel over into and out of that area easy. Not the easiest, but easy. There are lots of parking spaces in that intersection. There are 3 MGM properties, and discussions have been had about how might the fans gain access to those parking spaces, and I'm certain that there will be resolution of that question. They'll build a garage, not a great big garage, but a garage on site that will serve both the Bally's, whatever they build in terms of a hotel back there. And then the loop system will likely have a station there. There are discussions about where that might be situated, and that'll tie everything in the boulevard together so that when visitors come, they probably don't need to rent a car to go to that stadium. They'll be able to get on the loop, or they can make other arrangements with Uber or Lyft, or they can walk, because so many of the hotels and so many of the rooms are within walking distance.
Sports economy has been amazing for Southern Nevada, and I know you're anxious to jump in here, Mayor Romero. I think you have maybe more pro sports teams in Henderson than there is in Las Vegas. Part of it I know is the America First Center right here, the Lee's Family Forum, and then the whole area where the where the Raiders and the Aces have set up training facility. Sports has been very good to Henderson.
It has definitely been wonderful for us. Our residents are very sports centered. We have a lot of families that have multiple children in sports, and they love having a venue that they can go to where they can see professional athletes right up close and personal. It's been a wonderful addition to our community, and we would love to have the A's headquarters come to Henderson, just like we have for the Raiders and the Aces. We love having them here, and it's just a win-win situation for all of us.
I think someone in your economic development department said something about that you, Henderson is where these pro sports teams come to do business.
Yes,
You like that?
I do.
Yeah. How does sports, do you see it out in Boulder City, Mayor Hardy? Do you get the visitors that come out there that they come to visit the dam or come to see the sights in Boulder City and they came here because they're Yankees fans or Raiders fans?
Well, I have to thank the county, city of Henderson, the whole Las Vegas Valley for everything because we take advantage of it. And we have a place where people literally come and see history and experience history. The World War II memorial, we're participating with Henderson. We do things because the county, city of Henderson, and others are doing things. So we literally take advantage. Now, having said that, we bought 200 square miles of land in El Dorado Valley, and because we did that, we have a wildlife preserve, and that allows us to build things in the Las Vegas Valley and put those wildlife preserved things, people, places, in one place, and therefore we have a way to sustain the growth that we've had in the Las Vegas Valley.
You have a new city manager in Boulder City
Yes.
also.
Yeah. So speaking of a city manager, he's been a city manager of Milpitas, California. But before that, he worked for the city of North Las Vegas and the city of Henderson. He is well trained.
Yes.
We have benefited by everything that the city of Henderson has done, the county's done. We would like to think we're wonderful partners, but they truly are wonderful partners for us.
As someone who lives in downtown Las Vegas, I've seen how urban living has really grown, and I see the same thing here. You look over your shoulders here and you see Watermark, and there are other urban living options that are coming in this area. Is that right, Mayor?
There are, and we also have vacant sites that would be available for more residential in urban settings as well. So we are looking to expand all housing types here so that there's a little bit of something for everyone.
Creates jobs for everyone. Commissioner, I know you're very excited about the spring job fair. Nevada has the highest unemployment rate in the country, 5.7%, but these job fairs have been incredibly successful in biting into that.
They really have been. This will be our 8th spring job fair, and Commissioner Sagerbloom and I sponsor them each year. We'll have, this year we're using the North Hall, and we have 5,000 or 6,000 people that will show up. We have right now 15,000 jobs looking for someone to fill them, and 130 or so employers that are looking and interviewing. And there will be people who will walk out of this job fair with a job. They'll have a job offer in hand. And that's the satisfying thing about it. You know, the more mature I get, the more I would like to see things all the way to completion. And so it's nice that they get interviewed, there's a job interview, they're on a list, and eventually they make it through the screening process and they find a job, and that's terrific. That's what we hope for. But I love it when I find that people walk in, interview, share their resume, show themselves to be competent, and walk out with an opportunity. It can change lives in an instant. So we're very proud of what we accomplished there. This will be an amazing experience for everyone who shows up. We encourage anyone looking to either find work, upgrade their employment opportunity, or just change to something that they've always wished to do. Come on over and take a look, because virtually every industry in Southern Nevada is represented.
All right, we're down to our last few minutes here. Let's go around the table and just tell me, Mayor Hardy, what you're excited about, some things about Boulder City that you would like to get out to the audience and to your constituents.
Boulder City is a great place to visit. It's a great place to live. And when you have the people in the historic places and homes, and look at what was built at the dam time, when Hoover Dam, Boulder Dam as it was then, was built, it was so strategic for the growth of Southern Nevada, for power and for water. And right now we're interested in both of those things. Right now, Boulder City has the opportunity to produce a lot of renewable energy. Hydro because of Hoover Dam, and a lot of solar energy. And those are the kinds of things we're interested in now, as well as what can we do with water. And I think no matter what discussion we have in Southern Nevada, water is going to be part of that discussion. What are we doing? Boulder City, Henderson, Las Vegas, the county of Clark, we're all interested in how we can not only conserve water, but use that water that we have to sustain our growth. We do want growth, and we do want jobs, and we do want homes. We want all of those things that make a city, a county, a state look viable and inviting. Welcome to Boulder City. We believe in it.
Mayor Romero?
In addition to the projects that we discussed earlier, the thing that I'm really excited about is Henderson has just become a charter authority. And so we are in the process right now of reviewing applications for potential charter schools, and we will be making that decision in the near future. Those schools should be opening in not this coming school year, but the following school year. And I'm really excited about providing additional opportunities for education for our kids.
Commissioner Gibson?
There are a couple of things. Obviously, housing, we've already touched on it, is something that is a priority to us all. And we have awarded over $200 million worth of grants to folks that we'll be bringing on over the next year and a half, 2 years. 4,000 units. We're hoping that we can figure out the very best and most efficient way to do that and to do more of it. I'm very excited about the development along the boulevard. My district is both sides of Las Vegas Boulevard from Flamingo to Tropicana, and then I have the east side over through the airport to Sunset Road, and there's a 2,500 room hotel that is now proposed next door to the A Stadium. There is other development that wants to happen along the frontage of Las Vegas Boulevard. And so it's one of those things where we have an awful lot that is really getting ready to be put in the oven. And we're convinced that these things, if done right, will really add to the experience in Las Vegas and have a stabilizing effect on all things economic. And that's really important to us all.
Well, we sure thank you, Mayor, for hosting us here. Mayor Hardy, thank you for coming up from Boulder City. And Commissioner, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
That wraps up this edition of In Your Neighborhood. Thanks to Commissioner Jim Gibson for taking time to tell us about the area he calls home and represents as your elected official, District G. Special thanks to our special guests, Boulder City Mayor Joe Hardy, Henderson Mayor Michelle Romero, and the City of Henderson staff for hosting us here at City Hall on this program. If you have any questions about this show or ideas for upcoming segments in your neighborhood, call me at 455-6357 or send an email to rsw@clarkcountynv.gov. Thanks for tuning into Clark County Television. On behalf of our production staff, I'm Randy Swallow. We'll see you again next time in your neighborhood.